Bullseye.
What's up guys, it's Cyan, and this is a battle for the Beast Total War tournament. This is 1 versus 1 tournament for 15k, and this one is me versus Atila of the Iberos clan, and this is our first battle, and it is Pontius versus Britannia, and as you can see I am Pontius, and this is a post-commentary because I didn't want to commentate during this battle because I do not often do chariot factions versus chariot factions at all. In fact, I don't think I've ever played a 1 versus 1 with a legit player with any kind of matchup like this, Egypt or anything like that, just because Britannia and Egypt are often considered kind of OP because their chariots don't run amok, and so it's just not often played, and so it's just not common for factions and all. So I was unsure of how I would be playing this game, so I wanted to have full attention on it and not do commentary. So anyways, you can see my army build down below. Again, I wasn't sure what to bring, so I kind of brought all around army, not that many chariots. I probably should have brought more scythe chariots, but it turns out okay. More scythe chariots would have definitely been good though. I'll find out later. But and I started this recording a bit late too. As you can see, there's already a lot of skirmishing going on between our chariot archers, and I generally won with it. You can see down below there I lost some Jav Cav and chariot archers, while he just lost the chariot archer men. I got some of his heavier chariots too with my archers because he got too close to my lines. But anyways, yeah, you can pretty much see what happened. The dead bodies and stuff lying around. So I see that that flank is unprotected, and so I charge my Cappadocian Cav in, but I don't quite realize, I underestimate how strong those guys are, and they actually hold up my Cav, because the stats of head hurlers are pretty decent. They have bad defense, but they have good offense and decent morale, so they actually held up against that charge. But I'm getting some nice shots off with my archers this whole time on his whole army, and he's not really targeting them. He's targeting my pikes, and I'm trying to micro around and attack him, but again, I shouldn't have brought the Cappadocian Cav. I should have brought more Jav Cav or something like that. And Speedstar throughout is trying to give me advice, but I didn't pay attention. I was too focused to even commentate, never mind look what he was giving me, and at the end I saw that he had been commentating that, and I reprimanded him for that because he should not be doing that since this is a tournament battle. So anyways, it didn't actually affect the game at all, I promise. I ignored everything he told me. And actually a lot of it was bad. Like there he was trying to tell me to put my pikes in tight, and while it would have made them far more effective versus those chariots, I didn't want that. Because that would have left number one, my pikes exposed to those head hurlers. They would have been routed almost instantly with those heads, because the major morale effect, plus my pikes have low morale to begin with. If I had done that, would have died. And also I wanted to make sure my archer line stayed covered, because if I had put them in tight, he would have been able to micro around me, and I would have had nothing to defend my flanks and my rear, except for tight unit formation pikes, which wouldn't have done well. So anyways, here I turn on flaming and try to flame his chariots as he runs away to regroup. He does run one of my chariots amok there. I don't think I noticed that, actually. I was wondering what happened to that chariot. Now that I'm watching the replay, makes sense. So at this point, all I had was my archers and my pikes, but his head hurlers were kind of out of ammo, and I had very healthy archer contingency left, and my chariots actually end up doing a lot of damage still, and I have chariot archers too. So I mean, at this point, it kind of looked like he won. I thought it was game for me because he's had a good number of chariots left. He'd gotten rid of most of my cavalry, but anyways, I kept on trying. My Jav Cav were way off because I let them get chased by trying to think, by his warlord chariots, and he chased them almost too far really, because I got shots off on his warlord chariots and depleted them. And he obviously didn't kill any of my Jav Cavs since they're light Cav. These are heavy Jav Cavs, so they're semi-light, but they're still faster than his chariots. I hate that when that happens. That was a pain. So he tries to chase my guys there. And he was just out of range. I meant to run my infantry the whole time, and I didn't realize they were walking until too late. If they had been running, I would have been in range of those guys. Open fire on them. But this ends up being a pretty close game in the end, too. Oh, and I did not record the second battle for this matchup because he ended up rushing me, and so I forgot to hit the record button, and I didn't really have time, and it was kind of just a derpy battle because he had to go, and I kind of handled the rush badly too, but kind of got lucky during it, and he said I won. I was down for a rematch because I was actually pretty close, to be honest. Like, well, it wasn't close at all. I pwned him, but that was because he was rushing. He had to go somewhere too. So I kind of feel bad, and if he changes his mind and wants a rematch, I'm totally willing at any point to do a rematch with him, because, yeah, that second battle was just kind of screwed in general. So anyways, I'm trying to chase down his slingers there with my cav. And again, he chases all his chariots towards my cav. He doesn't really need to do that, although they route anyways, just because there's so many guys. But I'm getting some nice shots off with my archers there. It's really my archers that win this game for me. I have some pikes holding off, and also these chariots do pull their weight too. I'm glad that I got those units saved. If I hadn't, I would have been in a lot of trouble. And I've still got my chariot archers working on just wearing them down. Trying to decide what to target there. I end up just moving them, I don't know. So again, my archers are doing really well there, and they routed those units. So at this point I start kind of playing defensive, just using my archers and their flaming missiles. Trying to target units in masses, and just, I saw that they were near the routing units there, and so I targeted those units, hoping they would get caught in the mass rout with the flaming and those units routing as they ran by. I forget if they actually do. We'll see. I think they do with like this volley here or something. That's just the spectators admitting defeat. So I start re-targeting. I don't quite get them. He pulls out with his chariots, which was good, because if he had attacked, he probably could have routed my chariots and gotten out before I did much damage, because those guys were accidentally in phalanx there. Yeah, it was a very close battle in the end. He's bringing some men back there, but I'm more worried about the chariots at the moment, so I'm just kind of ignoring these guys. He does get a nice shot in, but his other chariots, if his other chariots had been close in supporting, it might have done a lot better, but he only moved that one chariot in, so he didn't have anything to support. And so again, at this point I decided to ignore those guys because, again, they routed just from the archer fire. And I just throw everything I can at his chariots, since those are the last units. And I managed to rout them. So pretty close. Again, I had no idea what I was doing. I never do this kind of matchup. But yeah, good game. He played well. It's a pretty hard matchup, really, because Britannia doesn't have any solid infantry to use. But I'll go ahead and summarize too what happened in the next battle. It was pretty much he just brought infantry because he wanted to rush with Pontius because he had to leave. You can see the result screen here too. He wanted to rush. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I guess there's no video now. But he wanted to rush. I met his rush with a lot of slingers and head hurlers, and with the morale effect of the head hurlers, I had a few infantry too that I rushed in well versus his pikes, and then just chariots. I had much better chariots, and they beat his chariots head on. And I just ended up, mostly just my chariots beat his chariots, and then the head hurlers just caught all his infantry in a mass rout. And so that was that game. I forgot to record. Sorry about that. If you want to rematch again, I'm totally willing to do it, because that battle was kind of screwed. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you later.